What's up, everybody? It's Tori Nix, aka Natty Deity, and I'm back on it with another reading for you guys. So it is 2/2/25 today. When we add that, that's a 4, okay? And I think 2/2 is interesting because that's a 4. But then when you break down that 9 to the 4, that's a 13, and then you have another 4. All right, so this is all about stability, balance, foundations, and all of this that we need to be looking at, okay? I have some channeled messages for you guys because this is going to be centered around your health and how you can better navigate in this next week, this next season, and maybe this is just going to initiate some people into better health, okay? Now, I want to focus on what I was feeling. There is a lot of concerns around health right now in the collective, and you know how like sometimes people speak on, oh, well, I went to the doctor and they say they can't find anything, right? So I'm not a doctor, right? I wouldn't call myself that, but I am intuitively sound with health, okay? And what I'm seeing is like, if you guys went to the doctor right now, maybe you're having some issues. Maybe they're telling you they can't find anything, right? Maybe you're feeling like, damn, I went to the doctor, they said it's this, but it really feels like it's something else. And I'm here to kind of validate you on that because I feel that this is a time, and you have to kind of look at the seasons too. I think it's interesting how last year around this time, I was called to go back to one of my videos, and I was actually kind of in the same state that I'm in right now during February. And what that is my allergies normally act up. But what it is that I feel my body is more so cleansing in order to then go to an upgrade, right? Because after this season, we enter spring. So this is like the ending of fall, the ending of winter. Imagine we've been going through those seasons since October? And now all of that's clearing in order to go back into the spring. And when you think of the spring, it's like coming out from the dark into the light again, right? So the body goes through these transformations. But I'm seeing there's some topsy-turviness in the collective. So I'm here to kind of ease you into this, okay? Now, last night I was, asleep, and I just kind of woke up and I heard the word melancholy, right? And a melancholy is like a sadness, okay? So this is all emotional based. Then I started to channel 3 particular signs, and this is all going to connect into this reading. My mind was actually blown. And then after that, I'm going to introduce you guys into Photonics, okay? So the 3 signs that we're focused on is Cancer, Aries, and Sagittarius. Now, for women, I'm feeling a lot of autoimmune diseases are happening, thyroid, endometriosis, things with the womb, fertility, all of this stuff that's happening inside of you. I think you can't pinpoint it, right? And this is all because something is suppressed. And this is more than likely the emotions. This is maybe even how you live day to day. This is all affecting you, whether you want to admit it or not, right? This is the era of truth. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's time to get serious about your health, right? So let's look up. Well, I already pulled it up for you guys, but we're going to go into what these signs represent in the zodiac, and then we're going to tie all of this together. So when we think of Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, they say that this is a dynamic mix of deep emotionality with Cancer. This is fiery passion and initiation from Aries, and then this is a love for exploration and freedom with that Sagittarius energy. So off top, I feel that this is like a restriction in all of these areas, right? A dynamic mix of deep emotionality. I spoke in the reading before we kicked off February, and I said there was going to be a need to really look at the resistance of one's true feelings and how to be vulnerable. You're being called to look at this because all illness is the root of emotions. And when they are suppressed, they're accumulating in the body. You can suppress them all you want, but it's really affecting you, okay? Now, with that emotionality, Where's the fire and passion and the initiative, right? This is where I feel a lot of complacency. I feel maybe like the collective is looking for something new, but you don't really have that heart leading you there because you've been kind of stagnant in your routines, and then tying this in with Sag energy, a love for exploration and freedom. Maybe there's a need to be more free. Maybe there's a need to cut some things away. I'm hearing less is more. Sometimes we want. We want to consume so much instead of sometimes just being, right? And this is where I see you're being challenged in these areas, okay? Now, also, there was a song I just randomly started hearing. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Jeezy. I'm from Atlanta, so I kind of grew up on him. But I was just randomly hearing, let's get it, shawty. And if y'all know what song that is, that's called Lose My Mind. Now, this can go two ways because he speaks on drinking a lot in there. So I don't know if a lot of people are suppressing their emotions by way of drinking alcohol. But he even says, drink like a tank, lose my mind. This shit crazy, ways two stacks, rose, baby. You get what I'm saying? It's like toxic habits. That's coming through heavy. And I channeled this a while ago, but I can't remember what reading this was. Before it to come back, I know this is directly censored to suppressed emotions, okay? Now, this is where we need to be focusing on emotional depth, passionate encounters, challenges with boundaries, potential for growth, okay? And this is all about your emotional stability with this Cancer. Aries is going to bring back this excitement, and Sagittarius encourages exploration and new experiences. So this is the remedy. Sometimes I heard this lady, shout out to a reader that I listen to. She always speaks on how pleasure is truly the cure. She has such a light energy, and that's symbolic as well versus a dense energy. It's like how light and limitless do you allow yourself to be? All of this is being called into play right now. And with that light, this is where I introduce you to photonics, okay? And let me introduce what photonics is. So if you know anything about science, right, you've heard of a photon, which is a massless particle that carries electromagnetic energy such as light and radio waves, okay? This is about the properties of photons, right? Remember I said that lightness versus that dense energy. Photons have no mass or charge. Photons travel at the speed of light in a vacuum. Photons represent the entire electromagnetic radiation spectrum. So when you think of a photon, that's just light. That's just, you know how they always say, oh, we're loving light, but are you really? Because this is where I challenge you all. Everybody can't just be loving light. That dark side that you ignore is where all your health is stemming from, believe it or not. You have to become light in spirit, light in body in order to have perfect health. Okay, I've been working on this theory for the last 5 years. I've taken it out into the community and it's proven to be effective. So if you'd like to get a health diagnostic, tap in. But this is where your focuses are, becoming lighter in body. You guys have been holding a lot of suppressed emotions, stress. This is even childhood memories that are probably coming up right now, but you don't even know because they've been so suppressed. You could be feeling depressed and not even know where it's coming from. Confirmation. I think where we are, we've got to want to become in that less is more energy, right? Drop the weight is what I'm hearing. Y'all know that song, Bag Lady, you gon' hurt your back. Y'all gotta let the baggage go. Y'all been carrying too much, all right? So let's go with photonics. Let's go deeper because I'm gonna tie this in of how we can start this health healing. Now, if we're talking about the science of light, this is including generation, detection, and manipulation, okay? It's a multidisciplinary field that uses light waves and particle-like properties to create practical applications. Light as a wave, light as a particle, electronics. But I want y'all to note this. This is about consumer devices. It's used in cameras, screens, phones. So just to kind of get y'all to see, like even the car lighting, when you have you're driving in the dark and your car is still lit, those are photons, photonics, okay? They also are in medicine. And this is why I'm tying this in, because photonics can be used to cure diseases. But if we know photonics is the study of light, then what is our source of light, guys? Hence the what? The sun. So I think the sun is where we have to start to replenish, to regenerate. Remember I said exiting the winter and coming into the light of spring, right? This is all tying in. This is about space exploration. It can be used to explore the universe. Crime solving. It can be solved or used to solve crime. So when you look on like Law and Order and they turn off the light and use that light to kind of see if somebody left fingerprints, things like that, right? So that's even symbolic of remnants, right? Leftovers. We need to look at starting, if we're going to solve the crime or solve our diagnosis in our cases, we got to see what remnants was left behind, okay? Then this is space exploration, right? Think of that on a platonic level, right? And I don't even know why I just said a platonic level, but I guess that works too. Double meanings is what I'm hearing. So when you think of space exploration, this is more so about the mind exploration. So maybe this is a need to broaden the mind. What can you see? Hence the light. When you think of visible light, this is the naked eye to humans, okay? So this is a cause to open the mindset a little more. Maybe deeper studying. You need to research into certain things. Don't just take the word of a doctor, correct? Okay. And then medicine, if you know light, the study of light, take away medicine, take away pills, take away all that, and really break down what they're saying to you all. That's why I even was hearing the double meaning. Because photonics can be used to cure diseases. So the study of light can be used to cure diseases. Hence, the study of the sun. Correct? Let's keep going. Consumer devices. Photonics is used in the cameras and screens of phones as well as in the lightning. Okay, and this is also something about 5G towers as well. So there's a need. If we see the world is damn near being taken over by technology, right? And we know that they're trying to turn health into a technology-based healing. Do we go with that? Or do we go back to nature? Do you see what I'm saying? Where is the original light? Not the artificial light, okay? This is the real light. We've got to start using that, okay? This is a branch of optics that involves the application of generation, detection, and manipulation of light in the form of photons. Remember that. We're focused on the generation. So this is getting more sunlight. This is as simple as going for a walk every day in the sun, sitting in the sun, allowing the body to get that light that it needs, okay? This is about detection. When you're in that light, you're going to start to get a sense of what's going on when you disconnect from your distractions, your day-to-day routines, your stress. You'll start to feel it in your body. But this is a need for change, okay? Going back to the Cancer, Sag, Aries, your emotions will be easily identified when you start to regenerate that light, okay? Use the sun. And lastly, the manipulation of light, right? This is about the manipulation of energy, which is in turn your emotions, right? Your emotions affect your energy. When you sad, your energy's low. When you're feeling great, time flies. Like I said, she always speaks on how pleasure is the cure. That's when time flies. You ever be with somebody and it's like, oh my God, we had so much fun. I didn't even realize the time, right? So this is where, remember, the speed of light, things need to be sped up. You've been stagnant in these routines. It's time to switch it up a little bit, okay? And that's how you manipulate energy. When you have full control over how you're going to feel, right? Not just falling in line every day. Switch it up. This is that Sag energy. New experiences are needed. Freedom, more freedom, okay? Cancer, be gentle. with your emotions during this phase. All right? But this is also where Aries is going to jumpstart this to take the initiative for better health. Okay? So really take what I'm saying. The sun is the cure. The sun is all about vitality. When you look at the sun, sometimes when the sun is away, it gives us a gloomy day, right? So think when the sun is shining, how do you feel? You got to be in the flow with that, okay? And that's what this message is for. So I hope that makes sense. But just know, if you can't understand what's going on, it's a need to look in those houses of Aries, Cancer, and Sag within yourself. Again, what new experiences can you break out into? New hobbies. This is even new habits. Again, with that drinking in the liver, I don't know who's been drinking, or if you are having some drinking issues, it's time to come back from that, okay? New habits, new routines, new experiences. Like, this is like, you might come up with new ideas, and then that Aries is going to force you to go forward. The initiative has to be resparked, okay? And again, last but not least, the Cancer is very important. These are the deep-rooted and deep-seated emotions that most people continuously go over, that most people repress and suppress, okay? So that is the message for you guys. I'm going to get 2 cards, they're saying. And they're saying specifically women with anything going on with the womb, thyroid, endometriosis, lupus, I'm hearing, autoimmunity, suppressed emotions again, fertility, if you're having concerns of that. I promise you can go forward in this, okay? Men, I'm hearing erectile dysfunctions, and that could even be tied with that liquor, that drinking, low testosterone, low energy, right? This is what I was saying. Simultaneously with women, this could be hormonal changes. It's a low energy level, estrogen, right? Those are like your vitality in a sense. So you need to kickstart it. And again, what is vitality? Light, energy, source, correct? The sun, right? We live in a solar system. Y'all got to keep remembering that. All right? You ever feel sad? Go out into the sun. I promise you'll feel better, right? So that's energy manipulation. All right? So that wanted to come back through for the women and men. Erectile dysfunctions, getting those hormones rebalanced and resparked. What else? The muscle tissues. These tissues want to be regenerated, okay? And this is your initiation into that phase, only if you allow it to, but the emotions are blocking it heavily, okay? We have the number 9 coming out. This is all about emotions and feeling good and moving the energy again, okay? You have the power. Trust that. Don't let anybody tell you you don't have the power over your own body. I just wanted to tell y'all that. That's coming through very heavily. Water, you got to work with these emotions though, okay? Even when it rains, yep. We got naked coming out again, this vulnerability. This is what we started the year out with. And this is bringing balance into these emotions. I promise you, if we need to do any type of deep dive, y'all can comment below, say, hey, I'd like for you to read on this topic. I'd like for you to read on that topic. Just let me know, okay? But that's where you got to start, all right? The emotions. This is the first blockage. I'm seeing so much inflammation. I'm seeing so much mucus, headaches. I'm feeling tension up around the chest areas, even like the shoulders. It's just a lot of tension. The neck is starting to even hurt. The spine. Yeah, guys, like I'm seeing all of this. It's so much stagnancy in the body. The blood flow isn't even pushing how it needs to. Heart rates, heartbeats, all of this is bringing into concern right now. Yeah, it's time to look at those emotions, okay? So that's all I'm going to tell you guys, bringing balance into the heart. And when you think of the heart and you think of, the light as a feather, remember, light as a feather, the light versus the dense. Okay, there is so much density in the body. Remember, a photon, let's go back. What did it say? Let me go back because I want to make sure we read it so y'all understand. It says a photon is a massless particle and it travels at the speed of light. Be the light. Okay, you've got to raise this energy. Okay, that's just the bottom line. Light as a feather, solid as a rock is what you want to be. And this is something of the past that has happened. This is something that needs to be talked about, spoke on, something, okay? And this is a lot of grief as well. So maybe suppress grief, suppress losses, suppress just suppression. That's all I'm seeing. But you got to dig deep in this past to receive this light again. You've been in the dark for a minute, okay? So it's 11 o'clock on the dot as I ended. That's significant. This is a new portal, a new entry for you guys in better health. So I hope this helps. If you'd like to book an appointment, a diagnostic, please email me and we'll work, all right? So y'all stay up, stay in love, stay in light, and most importantly, stay safe. And I'll be coming back with more messages as they trickle in. Peace.